Good morning. Happy birthday to the United States of America. Got off today, so as I said in chat, and welcome Mad Mania, Mr. Weedy, Iceman. Just got done eating what I call some Meat Lovers Eggs Benedict. It's a English muffin with a sausage patty, breakfast sausage patty, regular bacon, not that Canadian crap, poached egg, hollandaise sauce. Oh, tasty. So I just need to sit here, drink some coffee, digest, watch a little bit of KvK action. We are on the 1316 KvK currently. Looks like overnight they did some work on top here. On the bottom, they are still slowly progressing. They took away the purple territory that was touching up around here. So they put in some time overnight. Definitely a war of attrition thus far. American diet. Hey, it's the birthday. It's our birthday, right? I'm gonna eat what I want. Tonight for dinner, I'm making hamburgers, French fries, and apple pie. You can't get more American than that. Or let me translate that. And it's Wisconsin, right? So hamburgers means there's cheese on. Cheeseburgers, chips, and apple pie. Or let me translate that. Wisconsin, right? What's up, Electro King? Good to see you. Hope you're enjoying your vacation, dude. Y'all don't know it by now, right? Electro King does all the graphics for me. Intros, outros, overlays, emojis, profile pictures, you name it, Electro King can do it. If you're interested in graphics of any kind, you can find Electro King on my Discord. Just hit him up in a private message and he'll take care of you. What's up, New Jack? These bridge fights are always fun to watch, right? Major congestion in that one little bit of space. Thank you, Iceman. I forgot to mute my own stream. Yes, that has to be annoying, so thank you for letting me know. I mean, I'm impressed with all the kingdoms in this KvK. They've been pretty much fighting fairly non-stop for almost 24 hours now. That's how it should be in Kingsland for these bigger kingdoms, right? Seems like the enemies of 1316 had some downtime overnight. They got pushed a little bit. Not crazy pushed. Nobody's out of Kingsland just yet. But if they continue to get pushed more than 1316 and their allies do in downtimes, then it's only a matter of time. Nope, I will not be in LA. I do not like big cities. I do not like the congestion. and I greatly fear earthquakes. Falling into the ocean when the next big quake hits California and the San Andreas Fault ruptures. Not my idea of fun. Maybe I've seen too many movies. What's up, St. Jolene? I mean, the main reason is, right, I don't like big cities at all. And what do I say all the time? If you ain't gonna have fun doing something, don't do it. You know, for just a 5-hour meet and greet, yeah, it'd be nice to meet a whole bunch of people. But dealing with air travel, hotel accommodations in Los Angeles itself, no thank you. What's up, Jeannie? Good to see you. Got John Paul Jones in our alliance. Got accepted, so he's going, I believe. Well, 13-16 and their allies did some work last night. They captured pretty much a lot of this territory in their upper right-hand side. Down here, they progressed a little bit as well. They pushed purple back over the river as well. So, I mean, it's honestly, it's still anyone's game, but if 13-16 can continue gaining ground during their enemy's downtime and not losing ground during their downtime, it would look promising for them. Yeah, if it was, you know, a 2, 3, even 4-hour drive, I might consider it. But you know, airports, I don't enjoy airports. I don't enjoy big cities. So where you must live in Southern California? Gosu? I believe it would be the 10th star for 13-16. Should they be fortunate enough to win this KvK, yes. I think he got accepted. We'll probably find out later today. Vegas, okay. Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad drive then. It's pretty much a straight shot. I just don't like to be rushed when I'm doing things, right? And it feels like if you fly in the day of the event, you know, you'd be rushing around to try and get to the event. If airlines are delayed, then you might not even make it. I've had some bad experiences flying through Chicago. No, Apple's not moving to 1029, not that I'm aware of. I think he's very happy in 2429. What's up, Car? What's up, Clap? You know, he keeps saying, though, he wants to play a KvK with me, so I'm not going anywhere. You know, no offense to Baba, but especially not 2429. Not anymore, anyway. The curse, I do not wish to find out if the curse is real. Yeah, at the gathering, the LA gathering, that's where Apple and his wife plan to go, right? I mean, he's more than welcome in 1029 should him and Queenie wish to come over here, but yeah, I think he's got a lot of support from the 2429 kingdom and community. I don't think that would ever come to fruition. I mean, no offense to Chisgull or Smash Squad, but I would never go to a kingdom with Chisgull in it. Been there, done that. Well, I didn't go to his kingdom. He came to my kingdom long, long ago. The fighters he travels around with are solid fighters. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I don't want to tempt fate. See if any of these quote-unquote curses are actually real. I'm happy playing here in a smaller. I don't know if I should say smaller kingdom, right? We're pushing 11 billion power now as a kingdom. So I think we'll probably be a low B in our next KvK. Okay. All in fun. My next statement is all in fun, right? The Baba curse doesn't ruin entire kingdoms. The Smash Squad curse does. So you be the judge, which is worse. And I got friends in 2268. I really hope that it doesn't kill their kingdom. I said it. I give my honest opinion. It's there. I said it's all in fun, right? But there is some truth to it there as well. I mean, let history be the judge. I am on record as saying when they went to 2268, it would be one of two things. It would either be the best thing that ever happened to that kingdom or the worst thing that ever happened to that kingdom. I think they have good leadership there, yes. They just need to stay the course, recruit good, solid players, clean up dead weights after every KvK. And they'll be fine. A lot of kingdoms say that, Gosu. And frankly, I get it, right? I mean, I personally have done everything that I ever set out to do in this game. I play the game to have fun, but let's be real, right? It's more fun to win. I don't care about my kill points. I don't care about my stats. I have no intention to ever migrate anywhere where my quote-unquote stats are going to be judged. Stats mean absolutely nothing these days. Kill points can be manufactured, deads can be manufactured. You know, it's the person behind the stats that matters more. You know, I see somebody with 20, 35, 40 billion kill points these days. Is it really them playing their account? Do they have 4 pilots running their account? Because they're a gazillionaire and they're just busy? You know, you see somebody with 10, 15, 20 billion kill points. How do they actually play the game? Are they fighting for objectives? Are they chasing easy kills? Are they cheeseburgering out of their city for, 20 out of 24 hours of the day? Stats mean nothing unless you know the player behind the stats. Just my take on the whole situation these days. Accounts are being bought and sold left and right. You could find somebody with 30 billion kill points, and it might be a player who just bought the account. They may not know a damn thing about the game. They could be sending Caesar Cleopatra out in the open field. God only knows. What's up, Alex? Good to see you. Yeah, that was the issue the past few KvKs with 2268, right? Is they had a considerable downtime period. This last KvK that they were in, I thought, after watching them in Kingsland the first 24 hours, I thought they may have fixed it. Because they did not lose as much territory as they had in the past during their downtime. But then their second downtime rolled around, and it was a fucking ghost town. But it's hard, right? I mean, I would love to get a good 10, 12, 15 players in the Asian time zone to come to 1029, because that's our downtime. But you got to bring in groups of players then, and not just solo players. Generally people in the Asian time zone are not going to migrate to a kingdom by themselves if there's very few other Asian time zone players there. So if there are any groups in the Asian time zone that are looking to migrate, talk to Mad Mania, talk to Captain Stinkfist. Yeah, and I think I've said this on stream before, right? What was the downfall of 1307? When 1307 was in their prime and they were winning KvKs, they had marches out in the open field that matched the number of marches you see for 1093. But when they were losing KvKs, only the diehard players were there. The more casual players were playing Roblox or Minecraft or whatever the case may be. Right? I think it was a similar situation for 2268 in their last couple KvKs. When they were pushing hard and their content creators were online and their leaders were online, they had some significant numbers. They did quite well. But when a handful of those diehard players or streamers logged off, the more casual player then said, well, I'm done too. I'm going to bed also. Yeah, the thing about Asian kingdoms and downtime is, and I'm not saying family does not mean a lot to Europeans and players in the United States and anywhere else in the world, but there are hours set aside in the day for family time in the Asian communities. At least this is how I understand it. And that is very important time to them, as it should be. So their downtime might be 6-8 hours for work and then another 2 or 3 hours for that family time. What's up, Alls? I saw some stuff about some feedback, some changes to the Autric distributions, which look promising. I haven't fully digested it yet, though, myself. I'm sure there will be others that do content on it. From what I read, they are making adjustments to the Autric slots that can be assigned to other camps as follows. For KvKs with 4 camps, instead of the split being 240 to 30, right, it's going to be 210 and 60. For KvKs with 6 camps, it was 240 and 60. Now it'll be 210 and 90. For 8 camp KvKs, it was 240 and 90. Now it's going to be 210 and 160. Sorry, 210 and 120. So it sounds like, if what I'm reading is accurate, it sounds like those are good changes that will hopefully reduce the number of betrayals and backstabbing that we've been seeing in KvKs lately. VIP 14 or T5, should I first KvK 2? Have you not been through KvK 2 yet? I would work on your VIP level before I'd work on T5s. T5s are very expensive to heal, very expensive to fight with, and if you're not at a very good VIP level to be fighting with T5s, it's going to cost you more and more and more. So, I mean, we haven't seen any backstabbing or betrayals in our KvKs, but it has become quite the commonplace in other KvKs, specifically for lower seed type kingdoms. Yeah, okay, alright. If someone sends me a link, I'll go and look for it. I don't see anything on the official Discord. Did it come in game? I mean, I would say VIP 17. Don't see anything in game. You had betrayal in your KvK. You, I assume 1029, are a popular kingdom. That's why people don't want to play tricks on you. I think they understand too. If we have an ally that betrays us, they will be the laughing stock of YouTube. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this is crazy big. Okay. I guess. Let's get into this. Autric testimony. Add a leaderboard for Lost Kingdom with 3 sections: kills, deaths, and healings. During KvK settlement, players who have not obtained an Autric testimony and rank in top 10 in any leaderboard section will receive... Okay, I don't like that. All that's going to do is lead to kill feeding. It's going to lead to people trading T4, T5. That's good. That, I mean, you know damn well kills and deads can be manipulated. Players who have not obtained an Autric testimony can obtain a fragment by killing the required amount of T4, T5 troops. That's not bad. Overall experience for new kingdoms should be improved. The overall experience for new kingdoms has always been one of our concerns. The game grows older, current immigration, blah, blah, blah. Conducting ongoing research, blah, blah, blah. So nothing really to address that. The game should add vacation or holiday mood. This right here is going to set me off. We believe that people start playing Rise of Kingdoms of what they can do in the game, and that they stay because of what they can become and what they can play. Thank you. Thank you. We do not plan to add a vacation or a holiday mode in the foreseeable future. Your vacation or your holiday mode is a 30-day fucking bubble. Even though life can get busy, we hope and encourage governors to thank you. That I total agreement with that. Total agreement with that. Allow all kingdoms to select their battle roster for domains. No domains here. I don't give a shit about domains. Or allow kingdoms to ban a certain number of accounts from their main battle roster. Population of many large kingdoms is a result of their leadership's efforts. We exercise great caution when it comes to making any changes to the domain system. We explored improvements from two different directions: domain standards and prohibiting specified accounts from participating in KvK. When it comes to domain standards, live testing shows that the current standards for domain battle lineups are too high. In addition, based on the community's observation that most kingdoms do not meet the domain standards, the excessively high standards create a huge gap in power between the strongest domains of a divided kingdom. This means that domain matchmaking may still produce situations that are disagreed by the community and misaligned from our original goal. Due to concerns about potential long-term risks, such as higher restrictions, blah, 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 we may lower the max players in a single domain. That doesn't help low seed KvKs. If we get a third or fourth domain in our camp or in an enemy camp, that's going to give us shitty fights in our KvKs. What's up, Popo? Peyton, good to see you. Exactly, Peyton. It screws over small. I mean, you have a third or fourth domain in your camp in a lower seed KvK, and you know they're not going to fight. You can basically, I mean, unless everyone else in that camp is super good, I mean, that's one entire kingdom you can't count on. Some kingdoms find it too difficult to recruit immigrants. There should be a recruitment center in-game. The recruitment center has been added. Immigration restrictions for Imperium kingdoms should be relaxed. The special immigration feature is very unflexible. Response: our original goal with Imperium kingdoms was to prevent some kingdoms from growing too large. Many unhealthy ecosystems emerged, such as low-rank Imperium kingdoms attempting to lose the title by maliciously lowering their power. That's what I've been saying all along. If you double fill your fucking hospitals, if you take off all your equipment, you take off all your armaments, you remove formations just to lower your power, you are maliciously lowering your power. We believe that this is the root cause, that the root cause is overly strict immigration restrictions placed on Imperium kingdoms resulting in no normal means for these kingdoms to replenish their population. We plan to adjust the special immigration feature in the future to provide reasonable means for Imperium kingdoms to replenish their resources. Alright, so are you going to get rid of the malicious lowering of power then? Special immigration will be adjusted to a points-based system. After each KvK, all kingdoms receive a certain amount of special immigration points. Players who rank high in the KvK, based on their T4, T5 deaths, will receive a bonus special immigration points. Special immigration cost of a player will be determined by their power. Is that just inter KvK? Like if we're playing 2605 in a KvK, does that just impact players in that KvK, or is that inside and outside of KvK? Even a second domain set, yeah, that can ruin KvKs, absolutely. More and more kingdoms are being placed in the same camp during matchmaking, with over 5 kingdoms in a single camp at times. When this happens, even if the camp wins, the kingdom may not be able to receive the final rewards. We've introduced KvK story matchmaking for mini-season mode to improve the experience of smaller kingdoms. In mini-season stories, each camp will be assigned fewer players and kingdoms. As these stories have fewer participants, rewards have also been scaled down accordingly. So you're telling me if my kingdom with 68 main accounts signs up for mini season, plays an entire KvK and wins it, the benefit to that is we're not going to have more than 5 kingdoms in a camp, but we're going to get shittier rewards? I don't know, y'all. I mean, it'd be very easy, right? Just make, if there are 5C, 5D kingdoms, limit the number in a KvK camp to 5. You can only have 5 alliances in the main coalition at the end of KvK. Why the hell would you put 9 kingdoms, 10 kingdoms, even 6 kingdoms in the same camp? It makes no sense whatsoever. None. Zero. Zip. Nada. Use your freaking brains. But instead you give us a mini KvK experience? I mean, if 1029 bringing 68 players into a CC KvK, if we're wiping the floor with kingdoms that are bringing 160 players into the same KvK, if our 60 players are beating their 160 players, how well do you think that's going to fare for them if they can only bring in 100 players? I don't know. Snorlax, we're right now we're a C seed. We're about 300 million power away from a B seed. Even D seed KvKs, you should not get more than 5 kingdoms in a camp. Period. You can only have 5 kingdoms in the main coalition at the end of KvK. There is absolutely no reason to put 6, 7, 8, 9 or more kingdoms in the same camp. None. None. Well, if you're a casual player, I mean, let's be real. If you're a casual player that logs in, plays the game for 2 to 3 hours a day, You have no business being in a big kingdom that is split into 3 or 4 domains anyway. Oh, Pharaoh, we have our Tides of War KvK. We had 6 kingdoms in our camp and fire camp, and our allies had 9 kingdoms in their camp. Nine, 9. And while players from those kingdoms can come into one of the 5 kingdoms in the main coalition to get those individual rewards, if that camp wins the star at the end, you've got 4 out of the 9 kingdoms that are not going to get a star on their banner. I don't think that's fair. Sure, the star is just cosmetic, but at the same time, they were there, they were participating. Sure, they might have been in another kingdom for a large portion of that KvK, but it doesn't mean they didn't help just as much as everyone else there. Meng says, I've seen a KvK with 3 camps that had 9 kingdoms and 10 kingdoms in another camp. Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous. You know, so in that aspect, you know, I hope if we move to a B seed, then we're not going to be seeing crazy numbers like that. Oh yeah, fair point, Alex. I mean, you know, we 1029, we have never given a shit about first occupation rewards of a pass 4. Right? As soon as it opens, you hit it. But there was one KvK where we hit a pass 4, and 2 of the kingdoms in our camp, we didn't allow enough time, and I don't know if it was a pass 4 or a pass 5 or what, but 2 of the kingdoms in our camp absolutely lost their shit because we did not notify them in advance that we were taking a pass and allow their players the opportunity to join our coalition and obtain the 1,000 gems and 9 hours of speed ups that First Occupation got us. What the fuck? That was my first thought, is, what the fuck? You're whining and crying and making all kinds of drama out of 1,000 gems and, 9 hours of speed ups or whatever the hell it is, right? But and I, until that point, I had never, ever, and this was like KvK 12 or 13 for me, I had never, ever been in a KvK where as soon as the pass opens, you attack that son of a bitch, right? You didn't set a time 3 hours after the pass is open and attackable so that people could change coalitions and you know, and I'm just like, oh, whatever. Whatever. If it's that important to you, ask in advance. When do we plan to take this pass? I don't know. I only know what I know. I don't know what I don't know. So if I don't know that it is critically important for your players to get those first occupation rewards when a pass is taken, you need to fucking tell me. The accountability is on you just as much as it is on me. But nobody wants to hear that these days. It's your fault. Nobody is willing to take accountability for anything. I accept accountability and responsibility. Yes, we took the pass. We didn't arrange a time. I'm sorry. I was not aware that it was that important to you. But you have some ownership in that too. If it's that important for your players to get those rewards, then you need to communicate that well in advance and not after the fucking fact. Okay. End rant. That's why I dislike diplomacy. $10 worth of rewards. I understand, Alex, but when you go through 12, 13 KvKs, and every single KvK you've ever been in, you attack the pass as soon as it opens. So, I get it. I get it. What's up, Blackout? I'm legendary at being annoyed. I mean, I get annoyed too, but the things I get annoyed with are, you know, when we're in a murder ball and there's somebody out in left field chasing easy kills, or there's somebody not fighting for objectives. Those are the things I get annoyed at. I don't get annoyed at the little things like, oh, we missed first occupation on a pass, or, you know, you built a flag on territory that was earmarked for us. You know, yeah, we fucking built a flag there because we were the ones attacking the enemy there. I'm sorry, we took your crystal node and you're still 16 flags away from it. We're fighting the enemy there. We're fighting for territory. We can always delete the goddamn flag. So... yeah, exactly, Meng. That star, the Autrix system, that added a whole new element to diplomacy. You know, and after doing that for the last 2 KvKs, hey, I'm no longer R5 in 1029. The outstanding leadership team that we have here has graciously told me that they will pick up the slack and I need to take a couple of KvKs off. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I mean, if you're free to play and you're pissing and moaning about 500 gems, right, there's a problem. You're probably one of those casual players who logs on, does his daily shit, logs off. And exactly, if 9 hours of speed ups, you hit the nail on the head, Snorlax. If 9 hours of speed ups is going to make or break your ability to fight in that KvK, then you probably weren't ready for it to begin with. Yeah, Pharaoh says, why make kingdoms who can't hold their own weight as allies? They expect rewards and they can't hold their own weight. Some kingdoms don't even help, they just get in the way. This is true, there are some. I mean, our last KvK, perfect example, right? 1599, very low power, very few fighters, very few kill point kingdom. But when their players were online and they were joining our alliance to fight, they did a hell of a job. When we needed flags built to block enemy territory or so we could rally something, they were always there, they were always doing it. So there are more ways that low power, low kill point kingdoms can contribute than simply fighting. Yeah, that was kind of the setup here, right? I did Diplo, I did MGE coordination, and I did Arco Osiris planning. John Paul Jones has taken over Arco Osiris. Hubs and Captain, I believe, are going to do Diplo the next couple of KvKs. And Mad Mania and Thunder are going to do MGE coordination. So the next couple of MGEs, or excuse me, the next couple of KvKs, I am a consultant. Although they have said, if we're fighting and we need king skills dropped, we're giving you king Lambo, and you can just drop them every 5 minutes. And I'm like, that's fine. If that's all you expect from me, then I'll take care of it. But yeah, when we had a bunch of R4s quit and leave the game, it was hard. It was very hard to do everything. MGEs, Osiris League, recruiting, or Osiris, we're not in league. Recruiting, Gold Head event coordination, human resources, event planning. It was a full-time job. And you can't do that for a long period of time as an R5 in a kingdom and not burn out, not get mentally drained, not get physically exhausted. You're working a 10-hour day at your regular job, and then you have to put in 2 or 3 more hours doing work for an unpaid position as R5, and you get very little thanks from players. I'll be the first to admit, Pharaoh, I am not a smart fighter. I take my 5, 6, 7 marches. I will plow them into an enemy murder ball. I will sad face all 7 marches, and I'll come out and I'll do it all over again. But as long as I'm doing damage to that murder ball where the rest of my teammates can come in behind me and clean up the mess, I'm doing my job. Yeah, there are those players though that lose more troops in flag AOE than they do the rest of KvK. Absolutely. Well, that's why I like archers, right? All the AoE damage that those guys put out. That's why I still run Boudica YSG instead of Boudica Ash. I don't always get good trades, but trades are the last thing on my mind. I care more about objectives, getting that flag burning, getting that field cleared so that we can burn a flag, than I do about getting good trades on my reports. And true, Pharaoh. There are lots of players who see people playing recklessly and try to do the same thing, and then 8 hours later they're out of resources or out of speed ups. So yeah, you gotta know. What's up, Lefty? Dropping a link to Lefty's channel in here. If you're not already subscribed to Lefty, head on over there and give the man a subscription. There's a lot of players that see that and say, oh man, that looks like fun. And then 8 hours into the fight, they're out of resources, they're out of speed ups, they're done for KvK. So every single player needs to know what they're capable of and how they should fight to be able to maintain throughout the entire fights in their KvK. I am doing well. Had me some Meat Lover's Eggs Benedict for breakfast. Got some cheeseburgers and french fries and apple pie on the menu for dinner. At least that is if my wife remembers to pick up an apple pie at the store when she goes. Uh, 100% I pray for you all. who says, I play recklessly. It's the most fun for him. I never ask for resources. You need to play smart if you can't do this. Absolutely. 100%. Pharaoh says, we fought 365. They were taking 200k deads, super bad trades, but their objective was to burn flags at all costs. But I speak on those who run it down on first pass opening. Yeah, I mean, I'll swarm anything anywhere. First pass opening, we do not expect our 70, 60, 70, 80, 90, even low 100 million power players to be swarming flags or alliance forts. But, you know, if you're sitting in that 120, 130, 140, 150 and above range, we go harder. 1029 goes harder than most people do in zone 5. We have never lost a zone 5, knock on wood. And we like to set that tone early. Show enemy kingdoms exactly how crazy we are. And that sometimes means doing stupid shit. Swarming an alliance fort that has 3 million troops in it. I'll swarm if there's no garrison, right? Or if there's Ethelfled in garrison, or, you know, God forbid, Lohar in garrison. Yeah, I completely agree with you, Pharaoh. 70 to 90 million doing swarms and filling, while the 100 million just do open field all KvK. Exactly. And if that's happening, those are 100 million power players that are going to get called out in my kingdom. And at the end of the day, if it continues to happen, they're going to be asked to leave. You know, that's one of the nice things about playing in a smaller kingdom too, right? Is you can pretty much watch what everyone is doing. You know, you play in a big Imperium kingdom like 1093, for example. It's hard to see the entire battlefield and see who is doing what they're supposed to be doing and who is not. Now, 1093 runs a tight ship, and I completely respect that kingdom because all the players there seem to toe the line. I forget which KvK I was watching. And we were watching a KvK at one time, and there were, there were fights going on, to the death fights for Kingsland. And I noticed over at some past 7, there were 2 players from enemy kingdoms just dueling each other. And I was making fun of them on stream, and one of the R4s was here from one of the kingdoms watching. And within 10 seconds, that player was kicked from the fucking alliance. It was beautiful to see. Yeah, I mean, everyone plays the game differently, but the goal of every kingdom is to have that kingdom filled with like-minded individuals who understand the kingdom's goals. And if your goal as a kingdom is to have the most kill points in the game, hey, yeah, go for it. You know, don't kill troops off then. If your goal in a kingdom is to fight for objectives and try your very best to win KvK, then you need players with that same mindset. And that is the reason that we do a voice interview for each and every player coming to this kingdom. Why most leaderships fail to call out players, messaging the whole kingdom, field punch. Is it just because of political concerns or friendships, or just because you have to be polite? I can't say what other leadership teams do. I can't. But I will on voice, if that player is on voice, I will call them out. On voice. Say, get your ass over here in the murder ball if you know what's good for you. If they're not on voice, I will put a fucking marker, one of these markers, right, on their troops if they're off in a corner fighting all by themselves or chasing easy kill points. And if they don't like that, they need to look in a mirror and take accountability for their own actions. I am not afraid to call anyone out in this kingdom. And if I'm doing that, I would expect an R4 to call me out. Right, Pharaoh? I hear you. I've been in kingdoms the same way. It'll be KvK and people at 80, 90, 100 million power and be, oh, I'm out of speed ups. I can't fight anymore. KvK ends 2 days later, Zenith pops, and they're pushing 20, 30 million power in Zenith. It's like, what the fuck? Or they're pushing 10, 12 million power in day one of MGE. Yeah, but it's up to the leadership teams in those kingdoms to be able to see that, identify that, and police that. A lot of kingdoms that I've been in the past, that I've seen in the past, there's a very small group of good buddies, the boys club or the girls club or the popular kids, right, that can get away with anything. And that's not how I play the game, and that's not how we play the game here. Sometimes it might be due to them being afraid of offending them, because it's usually whales that like doing that, and they don't want them to leave. You know what? If our highest power player is not fighting for objectives with the rest of the kingdom, that's a problem. I don't know about that, Snorlax. I don't know about that. Having a ton of speed ups. Training speed ups. Quizja, I think they were saying yesterday that it's the same one Chisgo has his restart project in. So from what I understood yesterday on Apocalypse's stream, they are migrating to a kingdom where they already have second accounts in it. $22.93. Okay, I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to say the wrong numbers. This coffee is running straight through me, so I'll be right back. And we're back. Yeah, there was an email or Discord message or something that Apple showed on stream yesterday, Jeannie. Exactly, Meng. Don't give them tricks if they're not fighting for objectives. I usually do 1 million plus T5 deads in KvK. It depends on your power. What's up, Raz? Makes no sense having two accounts in two high power accounts in the same kingdom. Agreed 100%. Chisgo actually opened the 2293 mail on stream that leaked the info. Ouch. Ouch. Whoops. That Peace and Ward 80 Chad and Chisgo are leaving 2268 to go to 2293. Sent the picture to Lambo in-game chat. Okay, thank you, sir. As previously mentioned, we'll be getting a great group of fighters on Monday when our migration opens. We're expecting around 25 players from Chisgo's other group, Smash Squad, including welcoming back Peace and Chad. You might remember them from before. There you go. Why are they leaving 2268? From what I understand, that group of Smash Squad players, including Chisgo, and I understand why, we'll get into that in a second, did not want to max skip and wait to max skip to go into KvK. I get it, right? Content creation is his job. That's how he pays his mortgage. That's how he pays his insurance. Puts food on the table for his family. That is his job. For him not to be in a KvK with his main account, he is losing opportunities to live stream fights and gain revenue. Peace is leaving, not Peacemaker. Peace. So as I understand it, and again, this is somebody told somebody who told somebody who told me. Right? So this is all rumors. What I understand, Chisgo and the R5 and 2268 got into a, shall we say, heated discussion about max skipping and not max skipping KvKs. And that led to that group then deciding to go elsewhere after playing one KvK in 2268. I can't make it make sense, Pharaoh. I really can't. The max skipping, thank you, Alois, thank you. The max skipping wasn't the main reason. There was another reason that was even more important. I'm not spilling the beans, though. That's fine. That's fine. And 2293 car, yes, sir. It was their disagreements with Nuggets. You can say it, Alois. Yeah, here you go, Car. If you're not looking at the stream, this apparently was an email that Chisgo opened live on his stream in his restart account. I think Alois has a lot of resources to burn through before he migrates, if what he said the other night still holds true. Yeah, I did not know if Peace and Nugget would be able to coexist. Alloys, you know, there are a few people that would be accepted into 1029 without issue. Carr, Alloys, St. Jolene are 3 that I can name off the top of my head. Apocalypse, 4 that I can name off the top of my head. Right? Y'all would be welcome here at any point in time. Nope, not us. Not us. Not us. I am not willing to take that risk. We have worked too hard for too many months in this kingdom to get it exactly how we want it. To get all but about 5 or 6 rogue players out of the kingdom, and the 5 or 6 that we have don't really disrupt much because they're always in the banishment zone. We have worked too hard to get the right players in our alliance who really buy into our philosophy. To just say, oh, hey, come on, bring 25 players in here. Let's just throw 25 new personalities into the mix. You know, half of those which are type A personalities and want to run the show. No, The genie says I'm blacklisted from 1029 for saying that now. No, I'm fairly certain it was a joke, Genie. Yeah, you're coming next migration, right, Raz? If I remember correctly. I said UCAR, right? I know you'll never leave 1960, though. Like the stream before we all end up getting blacklisted. It does help. Liking the stream does help. So yeah, if you haven't done so yet, I would greatly appreciate it. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost a dime. I mean, 1029, we were D seed for a long, long time. Then we moved up to C seed. Now it looks like we're going to probably hit B seed very, very soon. Our goals here are different. We don't want to grow quickly. You know, if we add 10 to 15 players in between every KvK, that we have the opportunity to screen and interview and make sure we're bringing in high character players that understand the way we play the game, that understand our long-term goals for the kingdom, and that buy into how we play the game and our long-term goals. If we grow slowly over time, that is perfect. The more we play together, the more we gel. The more synergy we have within the kingdom. And that will only help us in the future. You bring 100 players all at once, you're not going to be able to acclimate them to the climate and the culture of the kingdom. So it is never our goal to bring in huge numbers of players and grow super quickly. 10, 15 players between every KvK, making sure they're the right individuals and growing slowly over time. It's much easier to manage than bringing in 100 new players at once. 40 Celsius is what in Fahrenheit? $104. What the funny? Good Lord, St. Jolene. Hopefully you got air conditioning. If you want to be done with work, though, just tell them your computer overheated. You keep losing, migrating to a new kingdom, bringing in the same leadership that made you lose. How do you expect change? I don't know. Jolene's buying an account in a few months. Nice. All right, who's fighting with Hera Primary? That's a good question. Where did you see that? My assumption is it was somebody on the red team here that had Hera's Primary. And it was probably to refill the flag, replace the garrison in the flag, more so than it was to fight in the open field. I've asked Carr 100 times to come to 1029, Genie, and he says he's having too much fun in 1960. Just like I've told Redline a bazillion times that the door is always open for him in 1029. Some people just enjoy those big fights in the Imperium Kingdoms, and I get that. I've been there. I've done that. And I can't say that I've ever been in a Imperium Kingdom that has probably been managed as well as some of the Imperiums today, like the 1960, 1093s, 2429, 2489 kingdoms, right? But too much fun translation gold chests? I don't think Carr is one of those gold chest chasers. Don't offer bikini pics up and feet pics for me, Clap. If you're sending bikini pics out, that's on you. If you're sending feet pics out, that's on you. I enjoy leading the troops in the battlefield. What I don't enjoy is all the diplomacy and the human resources and the bullshit behind the scenes. Yeah, I would be more willing to bet that Peace and or Chadsky get R4 in the New Kingdom. That's how it was in 2268, I do believe. Chad and Peace got R4 there. Chisel, yeah, he's got way too much going on. I don't know how many games he even plays in streams now. You know, and I would assume then that Fluffy Pony is leaving 2268. I have not seen his name mentioned, though. Jeannie, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate you. Why the alert's not popping off, I don't know, but maybe it will yet. All I'm saying is if Lambo keeps losing and losing, even with good players, I want... Yeah, I mean, if your kingdom is losing KvK after KvK after KvK, then it might be time to explore new leadership in the kingdom. I would not disagree with that. 918, 912. I begged Fluffy and I assume Peacemaker, not Peace, to join 2429. I don't think Peacemaker's going anywhere. That's his starting kingdom. He's and hats off to him, right? You know, for being loyal to that kingdom and the players in it. It depends on the situation, Alex. Depends on the situation. You know, if it was a kingdom that the whales worked well with the leadership in, that, you know, they saw a future in, you know, max skipping is sometimes the best option for a kingdom. I would send those whale teams to 1029 any day before they come to my kingdom, says Pharaoh. You know, you can send them here. We do not typically recruit groups of players. It's on an individual basis. You know, I mean, if you're a team, let's just say you're a team of 25 whales and you join a high A-seed kingdom. Right, you should do your research and you should understand the makeup of that kingdom before you're joining it. And if you're seeking a hard KvK, win or lose, you should understand how that's going to impact the rest of the players in that kingdom, not just your core group of 25 players. And if other players in that kingdom are not able to sustain through an incredibly tough KvK and go into another KvK fairly quickly, that should be something that you as a leadership team in that group of 25 understand prior to agreeing to migrate there. Okay? Hey, Charlotte. Watching your KvK. You know, so I mean, I'm not placing blame on Peace or Chad or Chisgel or any of that group of 25 or on 2268. Right? I'm just saying everyone needs, if you're taking a group of 25 hardcore fighters to a kingdom, you need to understand the makeup of that kingdom and the culture of that kingdom before you go there. If 2268 gave them bad information, yeah, then it's on 2268. But at the same time, you have the ability to watch multiple KvKs that kingdom has played in the past and make your own judgments. You know, if your group of 25 is going to a kingdom and is expecting to go into every single KvK that pops up immediately, that is something that you need to communicate to the leadership team of the kingdom you're migrating to. You don't just go there for one KvK and expect things to happen. Right? This is all part of the communication that needs to take place by the 2268 leadership team, by the 2605 leadership team, before that merger happens. So everybody's accountable in whatever happens from here. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just saying if everyone else can learn from this and do that fact finding and gather your data and understanding and make sure there are clear, I mean, you need to know what those players coming there are expecting, and those players need to tell you what they're expecting from your kingdom. Okay, I mean, it's you know, it's like a merger between two companies, right? You don't buy a company if their culture and their way of life is not going to fit in with your existing company. You don't do that merger then. So, I mean, that's, you know, my take as an outsider looking in. I have no inside knowledge into any of the discussions that were had. Just my opinion. Yeah, and I think that's probably why they're going there, Alex. 2293 knows them very well. Pharaoh's right. Many people just see those kill points, see that power, and they get the beer goggles on, right? You know, it's like going to a bar. That 400-pound person sitting at the end of the bar, they look prettier and prettier and prettier the more beer you drink. You have beer goggles on. Oh, I'm sure they'll give him resources when he migrates there. I'm sure there will be individuals willing to donate resources to his city, and he can donate money to the charity of their choice. Meng says, I like teaching and growing people. That's how a leader needs to view things, right? If you are teaching people in your kingdom and you are helping them grow in your kingdom, you are building loyalty within those players. And that's an excellent attitude to have, Meng. Yeah, if that TR group from 2268 moved over to 2489, I don't think that would have been an option. To be honest, Lambo, I don't think 400 pounds can ever be pretty. So, Gosu, you're saying I'm not pretty? No, I'm not anywhere near 400 pounds, but... Yeah, and that is outstanding, Ming. That's what a lot of players want and need out of Kingdom leadership. And that builds that loyalty. Enjoy work, Card. Take it easy. Why not join 2420? I've been in Imperiums, Stathis. I've been in Imperiums. I was in 1039 when they were the strongest kingdom in the game. I've been in 1052. I won Osiris League with 1052. And it's... How do I put it? I'd rather be a big fish in a small pond than a small fish in a big pond. But I've been in Imperiums. It's not like I haven't. I mean, at my current power, which is close to 180 million, I'm afraid if I migrated to one of those big kingdoms, one of their rules would be that I had to let somebody pilot my account, and I'm not about to do that. I have no desire to, at this point in time, ever play in an Imperium KvK again. Unless it is going to be my last KvK ever. Then that is the best chance for me to completely zero myself. I mean, it is more fun for me right now. And I know 2429 has an absolutely great community. Right? But I really enjoy playing with the 60, 70 players that we have in this kingdom, hanging out with them on Discord, and watching this kingdom grow from, what is it, 4 or 6 months ago that I took over as R5. Watching this kingdom grow and build and develop, that's what I take pride in. I don't know if I shared this with y'all. So this is my Hall of Fame speech from our last KvK. It has been an honor once again to fight alongside some great teammates. In order for a kingdom to come out of KvK victorious, you don't just need people, you need the right people. There are many others who deserve this honor also. Free-to-play players, spenders, and those who sacrifice time babysitting, burning forts and flags. Thank you, everyone. And I think this sums it up, right? Any kingdom, you don't just need people, you need the right people. And that's what we've been building here for the last 2 years. I think Yoda's still in 2605. I don't think he ever went to 2268. He popped onto Apo's stream about a week or so back, but he really didn't say much about what his plans were in the game. I mean, the big thing is if Yoda's happy doing whatever he's doing, then hey, outstanding. That's all you can ask for in life. Where are we at for likes? 37. We got 49 watching, only 37 likes, but the math ain't mathin', but it's okay. Most big players in Rock quit the game, and most of those players never knew how to play the game. We would not, Rock Farm. We would not. We do not take in groups, especially high-power groups of players like that. That have many Type A personalities. Nor would they even ask me. Right? I mean, in order for him to get content and get his views, it needs to be a higher seed kingdom where there's going to be significant fighting for long periods of time. In a lower seed kingdom, generally you have 24 to 48 hours of fighting after a pass opens. You know, as a full-time content creator, and that being his job, you know, the ideal kingdom for him is one that he can jump online, and at any point when he jumps online, there's fighting taking place that he can live stream or get content from. There's a limit of one YouTuber per kingdom. 2268 has got what, 12 or 13? Speaking of VIP, when are we getting VIP 19, VIP 20? What do you guys think that the bonuses will be at VIP 19? It's got to be something to do with armaments, right? Because armaments are one of the relatively new features to the game that were not here when VIP 18 came out. I am only guessing. I have no inside information. Try to catch it up on a few Discord messages here quick. VIP 19 gives the ability to share your VIP points. Oh, please let us know, Gosu. Please let us know. Yeah, I mean, I think John Paul Jones in 1029 wants to do an Osiris League team in the future. And I think we would do well in the first group stages. But once we hit those teams that are chock full of, 30 VIP 18 players, it would not go so well for us. Oh, we're a little late on this. Plug your ears, though. Here comes the big boom. Yeah, 13-16, still doing some work down here in the bottom. Trying to cut this territory. I don't think there has been any kingdoms that have been cut out of the zone yet. Now these up here are at risk as well. Looks like they are slowly building an arm over this way. And I think once they cut these yellow ones off, it's just a matter of time before these purple ones go down. Now, when is 13-16 and their allies have downtime? I couldn't tell you. Right now it looks like this purple team is focused on trying to swing up and around the zig. Yeah, 16 just has so many fronts that they're trying to attack from. These two over here. They got no touching flags here, but they're trying to push down here. I think they're trying to help defend a little bit up here. I am surprised that nobody is trying to attack this flag here. Seems like their focus at the moment is trying to cut off these yellow branches. Unless he's got another game that just starts absolutely blowing up his YouTube channel, I don't think he can quit. Even if he wants to, I don't think he can. And I may be completely wrong. I don't know his financial numbers behind what he makes on YouTube, right? But I mean, he's got what, 2 young kids? So the problem is when you have young kids and you have a job that's making you some decent money, even if you don't like that job, it's very hard to quit and leave. You're kind of locked in because it's not like it's just you and your wife anymore. You have two or three or what, and I'm speaking from experience here. You have 2 or 3 kids that you have to make sure are well taken care of. People have been saying this game has been dying for 3 years, but there's always a life cycle of the game, and many of these games hit their peak during COVID, right? I mean, Call of Duty. Look at Call of Duty. Call of Duty during COVID was absolutely insane. You know, a lot of these games were. You know, I don't think those games or those companies will ever see the kind of players or revenue that they did during COVID when everyone was locked in their house. Exactly, Raz. Exactly. And I mean, I speak from experience there. You know, which is why I tell my kids all the time, find a job that you enjoy. If you enjoy doing what you're doing, stick with it. Because if you get locked into a job purely for the money that you're making there, you may not have the most enjoyable. I mean, you know, let's face it. People work anywhere from 40 to 60 hours a week. That's a significant chunk of a person's life. And if you don't enjoy what you're doing, that can impact the rest of your life. But yeah, I mean, once you have kids, you have to think things through more so than you ever did if you were single or if you were just married. Well, I mean, John, right? The game dies a little bit whenever any of those players quit the game. You know, for me, it did. It died a little bit when MF quit the game. Right? He's a great human being and the best fighter that I've ever played this game with. No doubt about it. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's Eleanor. Okay. You know, so, you know, when you have friends that quit the game, yeah, a little piece of it dies. But that doesn't mean the game as a whole is completely dead. And welcome to the stream, John. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Yeah, if 18 million a month is bad revenue, I don't know how much is good revenue. Well, I mean, Quizja, I think they're taking advantage of the situation. Right? I mean, you see your enemy leave to go and fight on another front. Yeah, rally that flag. You know, easier said than done, but maybe you have rallies set on all of the 16 flags with a 60-minute anchor marching from the starting zone. And as you see them flow from one of their flags to another flag, you just release those anchors, right? I don't know Saz myself. Can you carry me in Elden Ring? I'm not playing Elden Ring. I don't know, Popo. Pharaoh's got a little membership badge next to his name. I certainly don't want him to go away. Maybe if you got a membership badge, right? Let's see what we can do about that. Let's see what we can do about that. Uh-oh. There we go. There we go. Now Popo's got one by his name as well. I can smell the beer farts from here. Oh, it's all good. I get to gift 10 free memberships every month. I don't get any revenue from it, but hey, it gives you guys access to the emojis, so hey, it's all fun. Quizja got one as well. Alex, Rampart. I don't know how you didn't get one, Gosu. You're always in here. You're always chatting. I got a good fart. That one was juicy. What the funny is this? I'm reporting the stream. Y'all are crazy. Gosu, I think you got one that I donated last night to Bad Kane, right? So, yeah, I mean, it all evens out in the end. Is it Bad Kane or Big Kane? I forget. Where did the rest of them go? There's a few here. To me, in Charlotte, I don't know if you're still on. It looks like 13-16 might be going into their downtime. Currently, it is 11:30 p.m. in Seoul, South Korea. 5:30 p.m. in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. 3:30 p.m. in London. It is 9:30 a.m. here at my house in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, which means it is 10:30 on the East Coast in New York and 7:30 on the West Coast in California. Jeannie with 5 gifteds as well. Thank you, Jeannie. And go, there you go, Gosu. There you go. If y'all just got a gifted membership from Jeannie, be sure and say thank you. Is Gosu still here? Maybe he got pissed off. He didn't get one of my gifteds and he left the stream. 17:38 in Greece. Okay, so 5:30 in Greece. You're about the same time as Saudi Arabia then, huh? Thank you again, Jeannie. Appreciate it very much. Spam those emojis. Go for it. Go for it. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it looks like numbers in 13-16 have decreased a little bit, and their allies as well. They are primarily focused, I believe, in this area here. But you can see they don't have nearly the numbers here that they used to. Right? So they're either going to have to stay focused up top, or the bottom. I mean, it looks like these guys are trying to just circle the zig. If it was me, and I am no strategy expert in KvK, I'm going to be the first one to admit that, I would stay focused down here and trying to cut these territories down here. If you get these yellow guys out of Kingsland, get their territories cut, Then you can start working on these purple ones here. You know, it's going to be very hard for them to fight 3 different kingdoms on 3 different fronts during their downtime. So they're going to, in my opinion, just have to back flag and pick one. I don't know that they're losing. It's going to come down to, can they defend territory better in their downtime than their enemies can? I think right now you've got a limited number of 13, 16 players online that are trying to flow between 2 sections of the map that are a good 8 to 10 minute march. If these enemy kingdoms could coordinate and all push flags at the exact same time, that would make 13, 16 pick and choose which one they go to defend. But it's easy to say, much harder to coordinate. Right? They're all coming down here now, and you see other troops marching up this way. Oh, they're cutting off. Picking up the stragglers, hitting those easy marches. There we go.
Fight!
Is that an Ash Henry rally on the flag? I think I may see. Maybe not. Hard to see anything. Can't even tell if there is a rally on the flag. So what's going on up here while 1316 is down there? These guys are doing their best. Yeah, I mean, you just look at those 2 separate locations. It looks like the 1316 enemies have a distinct numbers advantage. And if they could push these flags here and these flags here all at the same time, that's going to force 1316 to pick one. My personal opinion would be you defend this flag at all costs, because you are so close to cutting territory down here. These, it doesn't matter so much. Right? Who really gives a shit if your enemy circles the zig with their territory, if you can eventually cut those arms out of Kingsland, cut those branches out of Kingsland? The field is full of Cavs, and Cav players still crying for having the worst marches in the game. I mean, that's the nice thing about having some marches and having some commanders, is you can be very flexible. Quiz just says the 1316 got this win secured. Their enemies are free burning for so many hours in their downtime. Yeah, I mean, and that's what it comes down to in most KvKs, right? Which Which side can make the most progress during the opposite side's downtime? And if 1316 and their allies continue to see the success like they did during their enemy's downtime, and they're able to lose, 2 flags to every 10 the enemy loses during the downtime, definitely they got a win secured. But it's not over yet. We got the weekend coming up, right? So I know it's Thursday here in the States, but it is going on Friday in South Korea. It is in much of the world. So, we got a weekend coming up. Anything can happen on the weekends. Would I like to see 1316 win? Of course I would. I got some friends in 1316. Oof. That flag was so close to going down. Not that it's of any strategic value, but I don't understand why they don't just tap this flag also. That flag's about gone. They'll need to build another flag if they want to touch this one, I think, right? Yep. Not a KvK expert, but when we were in KvK, we had to depend on few garrison players in off time. Then I said, why not give MGE to more players, not just the same we depend on? Yeah, I mean, you have to manage mightiest governors with garrison commanders wisely, right? Make sure that people are getting the sculptures that they need across all time zones. I mean, Mad Mania generally runs the night shift here. He has got Hera already done. He is very, very close on Gorgo. So he had indicated, hey, if I can get first place in this MGE, I will expertise Gorgo before the next KvK begins. So Mad Mania has got first place. Hubs is always online, so he's getting second. Sam is always online. Captain, I believe, is going for Tariq. Thunder, I believe, is going for Tariq. Haza has committed to maxing tech next KvK, so he's getting a 6th place finish. Mims is very new to the kingdom, but she has got insane equipment for infantry and needs to get some Gorgos. 11th through 15th place are typically players for us that just want to unlock. Whereas these other players in 1st through 10th are typically there because there's a commander in the MG that they're working on, and 1st through 3rd are definitely given to players who we feel it's going to benefit the kingdom to get the specific commander they're working on done very quickly. Yep, spending is huge as well, right? I mean, if you're giving 1st place to an MGE to individuals who are not spending some amounts on crystal tech, it's going to be very, very hard for them to be super effective with those MGE commanders. But I mean, you're all making valid points here. I think we're all saying the same thing, right? Pharaoh's saying that it doesn't matter the spending level if those spenders are offline. Yep, and there are times where all of our high spenders are garrisoning a flag, a frontline flag, and we then use lower tech, mid spenders, low spenders, free to play players in backline flags. So every single garrison you can have in a kingdom helps, and there's a role for everybody. It's just a matter of managing the kingdom wisely and getting players in your kingdom who understand why you're doing that. I mean, I had one free-to-play guy that is no longer here that, I mean, if he was still in this kingdom and he saw that I was getting a brand new player to this kingdom, 7th place, he would flip his shit. When I migrated here 2 years ago, I was told that I could not get placement in MGE until I did at least 1 KvK in the kingdom, and you're giving this person 6th place and they just got here less than a week ago. Yeah, bro, she's got some mad fucking gear on her infantry. Mad fucking gear. You don't. Yeah, I mean, everyone's making valid points in the chat, right? About farms filling, main accounts filling. I mean, honestly, it's very rare that we have to keep filling and filling and filling a flag. We'll just swarm down the damn rally before we microfill a flag with farms. But that's us. As we get into higher seed kingdoms, that may need to change. We'll see. I'm not anticipating a victory in our next KvK. Why is that? Because we have gotten so few fights in our last 2 KvKs that everybody in 1029 just wants a KvK where we can go balls to the wall and there is lots and lots of fighting. And the leadership team has said, if that means that we have to do a 1 versus 3, then that's what they want to do. And the kingdom says, yeah, let's do that. If that's the only way to get good solid fights for a long period, that's what they want to do. Hey, no skin off of my nose. I'm along for the ride. If that means we take the weakest camp in our next KvK as allies, so that we can ensure we get some good quality fighting and our enemies don't give up as soon as we take that first zone, then that's what we'll do. That would be me with the old king, and she is still around, just inactive right now. And some pilot logs on to get gold heads. I'm not an expert, but I gave that advice to our kingdom, and it really helped because we had tons of moments filling flags and no garrison online or can't be at different locations. It's hard, right? I mean, as a kingdom and as a leadership team, you got to know, okay, we're going into our downtime in 2 hours. Is it really feasible for us to build 3 more touch points right now and have to garrison 5 flags going into our downtime? Or do we need to, maybe do a couple backfill flags just to be sure? We always try to minimize our touch points going into downtime. And if it means, we don't gain any ground during our downtime and just maintain what we have, hey, that's fine. Pharaoh, I play recklessly. I don't think twice before swarming a flag. Are there times where I've gotten screwed? Absolutely. Absolutely. In Tides of War, when you had, reserve troops? Yeah, I got completely screwed swarming a flag. But that's how I have fun, so I'm going to keep doing that. I mean, swarming by myself without a rally, without others to swarm with me, not something I would generally do. Agreed. Unless there is bad commanders in the garrison. That said, you do that enough times in a KvK, they will start baiting and switching. Right? They'll put a Belisarius Lancelot as garrison captain, then the second you touch it, they switch it to a Gorgahera or Hera YSS or something. There's a lot of gamesmanship that goes on in KvKs as well. I mean, when they're not rallying flags, but they're scouting our flag every 30 seconds, we do the same damn thing. We'll flip the captain to a Ethelfled Mulan or a Trajan Ethelfled, or the worst possible combination that's in there, just so they rally it. When we're fighting, we always have one person in charge of markers. When we burn a flag, putting a timer on it so we know when it can be repaired. We'll have one person in charge of dropping markers for ball here markers, rally here markers, reinforce with archer, things like that. And we'll have one person in charge of just continuously double checking the flags when they're not fighting, continuously double checking the flags to make sure they're full and make sure garrisons are in there. And I would assume most alliances are the same, right? Because if you have one player that's trying to manage all that, then they're going to be of no value to you in the open field. You kind of have to split those responsibilities and do things, work smarter, not harder. So these guys are doing a solid job back building flags and slowing the rate at which 1316 can build. Many R4s don't know how to use markers, then they shouldn't be an R4. Yeah, we are generally able to burn the flags we are determined to burn flags on, regardless of trades. I mean, it hurts. It hurts sometimes, right? You got big hospital bills sometimes. I remember a couple of KvKs ago where our rally was hitting, and I'm like, all right, I'm insta-swarming. You know, I killed 7 marches on that flag, and I brought 7 more back and did it again. In between, others from our alliance were swarming the flag as well. It hurt. It hurt. I had coalition leads last KvK who had 10 ball here markers. Good lord. Yeah, we always try and get coalition lead if we can. If we can. And our players are not shy either, right? I mean, if we have contradicting markers on the field, you know, they'll say, hey, which marker's accurate? Or, you know, they'll be like, hey, guys, pull your heads out of your ass. We have 3 ball here markers. And that's what I would expect from an engaged team as well. That's problematic also, right, Alex? You know, they might have a marker on this flag with the time on it, and then another marker right up here that says rally reinforce archers, and another marker over here that says clear the field, and then one over here that says you know, secondary ball here or whatever, and you're like, dude, I can't see shit. I do the bunny move on everyone in KvK. Yeah, I mean, you know, MF loved that, right? I mean, there was one time where there was like 140 million power player who random teleported into the zone, and MF had 7 marches walking by his city, and that player, you know, did the ha ha emoji, and MF's like, oh no, and he just fucking 150 million. He didn't give a shit. He just swarmed down that city. And the city took more deads than MF did. I guarantee you that. And I mean, a lot. You swarm for 2 reasons, right? 1, to burn something, and 2, to get inside the enemy's head. If they see you swarming absolutely everything and know that you don't give a fuck about deads, it does, no matter what they say, it does eat at them a little psychologically. That happened to us last KvK with freaking markers by the pass, and we couldn't swarm or fill counter rallies. Yeah, yeah. I mean, they should make the markers a little bit transparent, or you should be able to, I don't want to say turn off the markers, right? Because then you have many people in a KvK that would just turn off the markers and not know what they're doing. But if they added some transparency to them where you could click through them, that would be nice. I mean, because I played with MF so long, I still get scared at, 140, 150, 170 million power random teleporting. Right? Because I've seen him do some crazy cracking shit all the time. And it completely blows my mind when I see these players at 79, 89 million power random teleporting, because those are players we would not hesitate to swarm down immediately. And they never get rallied. And it's like, what the hell? What's up, Chronico? If they had an option over here, maybe, Alex, like the simplified graphics, hide allies, right? That I think would be a better option than having a settings option to hide markers. Because if you give people in the kingdom the ability to hide markers in the settings menu, you're going to have people that forget. And they're not going to be flowing with the rest of the troops on the field, knowing which flags are the priority defense or priority attack flags, and so on and so forth. So if it was something that you could toggle off here and it toggled back on after 5 minutes, I'd be okay with that. But permanent markers on, off for the average player would not be beneficial, in my opinion. I mean, many kingdoms have players that ignore markers when they can see the markers. And they don't have an excuse. Just imagine if they couldn't see the markers, then they'd have an excuse. See you later, Meng. Thanks for hanging out. Good conversation today. I was on territory team. It was part of my job. Yeah, we don't get that crazy, right? We don't have you're these 10 people, you're the flag building team. These 10 people, you're the swarm team. These 10 people, we don't get that crazy, right? But we do expect people to follow markers and be on voice when we're fighting and listen for instructions there. Generally, we build flags with our farms. And give me a minute. I'll be right back. No, that's not beer. That's a Dr. Pepper Zero. I have never been a fan of ginger ale or cream soda. I know people who absolutely love cream soda, but that just tastes nasty. Grape soda, not a fan. I have to have a specific taste for it. Check boom, boom, boom chat. Oh boy. Oh boy, what now? Yeah, that's a bit excessive. Mix, keep full. Siege is okay. Don't put siege in pass. Yeah, that's a big... That's seriously. Seriously. You know, and maybe are the alliance and the coalition markers being set by the same people? You know, maybe the coalition markers are being set by one alliance and the alliance markers by another alliance. I don't know. You guys are way into this zone. I mean, over the river. I mean, if they get this flag down, right, you still got flags that are backbuilt here and here to contend with. They might be able to build a flag here and maybe turn it into an archer tower to clear out some of these cities. But that's a hell of a distance to march to defend a building flag. Little opera clap for the burning of that flag there. What's going on over here? I see very few gray marches there. Oh, here comes a rally. Completely unsupported rally. That's going to get swarmed down. Who's hitting that Gorgo? Why is there a yellow rally on a... Oh, forget it. Forget it. My bad. The two purple territories are touching. I'm getting confused. So this is this JP06 down here. It's like up here, they're no longer touching territories, right? So there's should not be territory fights going on up there. Over here, they're still touching a bit. I mean, if they could get these couple of flags burning yet. But it's been fun. It's been fun watching this morning. No real progress has been made by either side. No significant progress. Overnight, 13-16 and their allies did gain a bunch of territory up here. They are slowly working their way to cut off the yellow branches and ultimately the purple branches down on the bottom of Kingsland here. While in the meantime, it looks like their enemies are doing everything they can to possibly surround the Zig, or try and surround the Zig with flags. Yeah, this is not a battle that's going to be over anytime soon. So we'll see if we can't fire up a stream later this afternoon, maybe tonight, to keep watching some of this. For now, I'm going to head out. I'm going to do some grocery shopping with the wife. What commanders do y'all use in a garrison situation? Not many have Eleanor expertise yet, so we're still using Gorgo Hera as our primary garrison. If somebody's got insane leadership equipment, Hera YSS. That's pretty much it. For back flags that are in the back, or flags of no strategic value that are just touching, you know, we might just slap anything in there, Xeno YSS or whatever. Generally, we swarm down rallies coming to our flag. So I'm going to check real quick here, see if anyone else is streaming Rise of Kingdoms. Customization, redirect. Looks like we've got CTT Gaming. He's a Chinese streamer. He is in Kingsland in his KvK. I don't know if he's fighting in this KvK or a different one, but he is the only Rise of Kingdoms streamer that I see streaming. So, Fire, Daybreak, Greenwood, Water, Earth, and Wind. This might be this KvK, I couldn't tell you. But so that we can raid somebody, so that you have some more Rise of Kingdoms to watch, we're just going to get you over there. Big hello when you get there, Lambo raid, whatever you want to do. Appreciate you all hanging out so early in the morning. We'll try our best to fire up a stream later this afternoon or this evening. It all depends on what family plans we have. In any case, we'll catch you on the next one. Have a great day. And happy birthday, America.